The Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission has today begun conducting a countrywide 21-day public participation process where members of the public are expected to present their contributions on the proposed parliamentary boundaries delimitation report through written submissions, email or orally during the hearings being held in all counties. The process commences at a time when a new report by Arthur Johnson's consultants, the group that consulted for the defunct IIBRC on delimitations, saying that the IEBC has done very little within its mandate to correct the constitutional and technical faults of the IIBRC report.
When the legal report was being tabled, there were a lot of, a large section of Kenyans supported it, a large section opposed it. They should have reviewed the issues around it. Explain to Kenyans, we have looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. We agree with this, we don't agree with this, and this is, so they failed to be decisive.
The report false claims by the IEBC that the IEBC Act of 2011 effectively ties their hands to only dealing with outstanding issues arising from the IIBRC's work, stating that the IEBC preliminary report adopted the IIBRC reports with massive flaws on the population quota to be used in the delimitation process. Article 89.12 states that the population quota means the number obtained by dividing the number of inhabitants of Kenya by the number of constituencies in which Kenya is divided under this article. The report says that in its work, the IEBC seconded the IIBRC report, which employs the use of 2 population quotas, whereas there is only 1 legal population quota in Article 82.12.
The real process would have been very simple. Number 1, rank all the constituencies by the individual deviations from the quota in terms of population. Then before allocating the 80 constituencies, try and rationalize. Because you find that these 27 protected constituencies which were left untouched. But in many areas, many of these protected constituencies are not necessarily to be protected because their populations would have been brought to a suitable level by balancing out with their neighbors.
The report concluded that these, among other flaws, have led to 11 counties being unfairly denied constituencies and 10 counties unfairly advantaged. Among the 11 denied constituencies are Nakuru, Bungoma, Meru, Kilifi, Mandera, Mombasa, Kericho, Uasin Gishu, Makueni, Trans Nzoia and Kwale. The counties that gained constituencies unfairly are Kakamega, Homa Bay, Migori, Busia, Garissa, Nyandarua, Bomet, Baringo, Vihiga and Samburu. After 21 days of public participation in the process, the IEBC will take 14 days to look into concerns raised by members of the public before considering them in the final report. The report will then be forwarded to the Parliamentary Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, which will again take another 14 days to scrutinize it before presenting it to Parliament. Members of Parliament will then have 7 days to debate the report and adopt it with or without amendments, within which it will return the report to the IEBC for an extra 14 days before it is gazetted and published. Kenyans will then get 30 days to raise their objections at the High Court, which will have 30 days to resolve. Only then can the IEBC proceed to map out the new electoral units for purposes of voter registration and other electoral processes.